Livelihoods in Wajir County are primarily based on extensive livestock production. However, the impact of drought, increasing insecurity, and famine has led to a growing emergence of experimentation with alternative means of livelihood. Irrigation schemes have now been set up in several parts of the county, and today the community is embracing farming too as a way of building resilience. Rose Wangwoi's report has more details.
This is Allah's farm in Wajir County. What meets the eye is refreshingly captivating and a stark contrast to the effects of drought that is ravaging other areas. The farm was established 10 years ago. Wajir County has very low agricultural potential. However, a group of 10 farmers moved from the traditional over-reliance on livestock keeping to sustainable farming, and they're reaping benefits while at it.
In the beginning, it required a lot of, investment, a lot of hard work. So it took a lot of time and, preparing the land. We were basically overwhelmed, but because we had a vision, we did not think that it was appropriate to abandon our agenda.
With climate change, pastoralism has become an increasingly unsustainable livelihood option. Ahmed Alas embraced the idea to be a crop farmer.
In the years gone by, although there were droughts, but the frequency and and the length were they were few and let's say maybe far between. But now it's like almost every year. It's a recurrence in every year. So and it has had shocks on local communities. So we see that. Because of worsening situation, is need to change our ways of doing things.
Vegetables like kale, spinach are thriving in areas that for many years had been considered unproductive. Other crops that have done well in the area include maize and horticultural crops including poppers.
We actually tried cabbage farming. It sprouted, and then initially we thought they were doing well, and then along the way now the pilot project did not now get to where we wanted. So those are the kind of challenges we have.
They have enough water supply throughout the seasons, which increases their crop yield and ultimately income.
Initially we began with shallow wells, which were hand dug, and because of the expansion of the farm, it could not sustain. So we now dug a borehole, which is pumping water into the farm.
The successful and bountiful harvest enables farmers to sell their produce in Wajir town and enjoy their hard-earned income. The project is aimed at helping the community deal with malnutrition by ensuring adequate food production, improving livelihoods and mitigating climate change.
The farm has actually impacted the local communities in several ways. What we produce here is a commercial, it's a commercial venture. We support now communities, so also that now enables them to supplement, their diets. The profits, they are not bad, so we save some, and then others we plow back to the farm for expansion.
With the increased access to water and proceeds from crop farming, the farmers can easily grow fodder or purchase it during the dry seasons.
Most of the fodder are used within the farm, and the recurrent drought, fodder is and grass is almost non-existent in Wajir. So there's extreme demand for pasture and fodder. So to that extent, we try as much as possible to meet the demands for fodder in the market.
Climate change can cause long-lasting and more frequent dry spells, a particular problem for pastoralists in Wajir County. But that is now slowly changing as residents now here have an alternative. The switch to crop cultivation is informed by the need to make residents here self-sufficient.
In the beginning there was a resistance, but with time the community now found out that we could actually do this in Wajir. So thereafter actually several other farmers came to us and replicated the same in their farms. We keep both indigenous and exotic breeds of cattle and goats. We also do poultry farming, although it's not advanced. the dairy cows, in the beginning we started with 3, and now we are 11. So we can see that we are already expanding to that side. So we have about 15 exotic breeds of goats and 20 local breeds of goats. The purchasing power of our customers has gone down because of the drought situation. They had reduced incomes. This is one of the few farms that has pasture. We also have intrusion from wildlife and also livestock that are free. Even for traditional, livestock farmers, it's basically difficult for them to, have access to sufficient quantities of pasture and water. So to that extent, it's important that they practice alternative, ways of doing their farming. So farms like this could be handy because they take smaller space.
Continued development of irrigation projects will hopefully address and solve the food security problem in Wajir County. Rozongoi, NTV.